David Nolan on the 16th of August 2014.
TJ on that side. There's a flag there. I thought I had a TJ. Can I ask someone to run the line, please? Anyone? Okay. Second half. I need a TJ.
Sir, we've got one.
Yeah, guys, over there. Thank you very much. Ready, ready.
On board.
Could have been a good idea to organise that with the team management. Obviously, always lacking in time, isn't it, between the actual games, early and second games, to organise that. It's the team's responsibility, isn't it? I feel like know that. As you hear, there's a difference between the live audio and my studio recording. A bit close there, Dave. And I made comments thereafter about your non-pirouette. Develop that if you can, because you actually get yourself in a better position and you actually manage to use the defending players as a way of sort of backing into them after you've done the pirouette to allow them to come around you so that you don't get run into, especially higher grades. Don't really like the ball being passed behind your back. Eyes on the ball, that's where the risk is, as we'd say. So the idea of pirouette is to actually follow the ball with your head. Offside lines are things that are happening as the ball comes out. You check just as it's coming out. Look sideways, back the back lines up. As it comes out, you step forward. Can you need some sort of guidance on that? Obviously you're in the office, so I suppose occasionally do you do the website remotely? No.
DJ, go!
good initial management of that. Kick down the field, which obviously had plenty of replays, as you've seen on the replay. That would have made them on side. So, management-wise, good that you looked and you try to manage it. All you got to do is say stop, red. Otherwise, you're shouting out lots of words and they just ignore you. It's actually quite good. I actually couldn't hear that. The soundtrack picks it up quite well, that you actually managed it a lot better than I thought, to be honest. You go back on that scrum. Actually, that wasn't bad. Like, I obviously thought you weren't managing it, you weren't getting stability, but that scrum there was awesome. I can actually hear you saying stable. Yeah, I sort of said to you at half time, I thought you needed to slow down. That was okay.
My first impressions, this is live recording of audio, not studio, and you'll see the difference, or you'll hear the difference. The scrum engagement's too quick.
Yeah, see, that's my first impression.
For the first two stages of crouch and bind. You want to have stability after every one of your calls, not just after the set.
Yeah, that's what my initial thoughts were. Perhaps, well, have a look at the other scrums. I've got the phone background, it's in my office, so it's just after those calls. Two businesses, I don't actually bother answering the phones after us. Got enough during the day to do. So let's get initial position here. I think that's ideal. Yeah, no problems there at all. So yeah, and maybe you could have actually talked the Blue people out. Oops.
Pass! Go, Ray!
You didn't get away with that, but I noticed later on you didn't actually get away with taking the tap behind your back. Yeah. You've got a method in your madness. When that ball go behind your back, it's going to lead you into difficulties, maybe. It's a risk. See if I can actually find
At this stage, I don't like the ball being passed behind your back for obvious reasons. So we sort of coach referees to do the pirouettes. Got good position at attack on that, but as it comes out, I prefer to see you do a pirouette. So you follow the ball with your head and your body. Looking up and getting the offside there was awesome.
So you're going to get double ups like this. Live recordings from my home office recording. I was just wondering who they're looking for you. These helicopter brothers. Wasn't sure about your past. It's always going to come down, as they say. What is that setback? Not sure about these seagull segments. I'm dead against them, eh? There's nothing in the book that was supposed to indicate, but too many referees use that. If there's nothing to rule on, just don't rule on it. Just say play on. If there's hesitation by players,
Morning,
go to
Mr.
the
Wood.
whistle.
Good. Excuse the cold end.
Hey?
Excuse the cold ends.
Yeah. Have you done 2 games?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, okay.
So the commentary that's on here is Rodney Wood. He was
Yeah, that's
actually a
right.
referee that his membership was terminated from
Still.
the American Referees Association.
This time it's a bit more
Ask
high
them much
tech.
about it next time you
Normally
go.
my panel of 8 referees, so I get to look at. Dave's not part of my team. I normally coach. They have my comms gear on as well.
Yeah.
So they also have to back up in afternoons and AR for me in prelims games.
Yeah.
Senior games anyway. I've bought some really expensive stuff from Europe through US.
Yeah.
Vakiro, open mic, full open mic.
Yes.
So normally these guys they actually have my comms gear and they're actually in the machine.
Okay. Yes.
In the machine, so I record what they're actually saying as well.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And I can, and the real junior guys, I'm actually talking to them occasionally in the field in the downtime.
Yes.
Stop the pit there, stop! Stop the pit there!
How's life within the hierarchy these days?
Usual. Can't say too much, I'm on the video.
Oh, is it?
Video, yeah.
Oh,
Dave actually looks after our website actually.
Dave Ferguson. Oh, okay. Well, don't recognise him.
Okay.
Take those tackles.
So yeah, there you're really dangerous being in that position because it's a very narrow turn track from the turn. It's good that you need to knock inside there because that's the safest place.
Might have been a bit close there, Dave.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work on that ball there, so be careful how close you do get.
Keep going, Jacob.
I don't want to get too critical about positional stuff. It is a crucial part of our game. And quite often tackles you look at a good distance, but when it gets to mauls and stuff like that, you tend to be about 100 metre away. I don't know whether you're going to... Oh yeah, this is the point I was going to make sure. See where you are now? You can't see the back lights. Yeah, you got to looking at there. Wouldn't you have been better over this side, on the camera side? Thinking about what you could see. You just take the tap behind your back again. So go back to that scrum.
Very dangerous letting the tap be played off the mark behind your back there, Dave. Don't know whether they drop it or whether they actually just do a lead tap and don't actually do a proper kick.
You go back to that
Your
scrum.
position at scrum time.
There you go.
Look at what you're actually seeing. What I'm seeing from this side was the open back lines, whereas when you head your back to them, what can you see there?
See enough.
Move that ball. Good boys.
You thought you were going to have an easier game because it's under 14s as opposed to under 15s. They're running this ball around a bit. Good work.
Good stuff, Dave. I enjoyed that. It's good work. Done about pointing to the spot where the trial was scored. Mixed comments from different pen panels about whether we do that or not.
Certainly miss having the rifle.
I don't care.
The whistle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
And they don't want me back. I tried a couple of months back.
Did you?
I just sent an email. eventually phoned because the email had gone to a different one. It's gone. But no, they said that they didn't think so.
Nice, Terry.
It's always a good idea to follow the ball in. Your responsibility totally for if that doesn't go between the posts or over the goal, over the bar. It's not actually your TJ's responsibility, it's only kids. So ultimately you have to make the decision. So I always followed in.
Watch how flat you get there managing the backlines there. Don't forget best position realistically is about, I don't know, between 2 and 5 degrees, 5 metres.
Fair enough. Totally
So
agree
they're
with
used to taking the tap in the last 2 instances behind
Sure,
the
they
back.
come back. You can't keep on taping the tap behind your back.
Yeah, sorry, going back to that positional thing. Have a look at where you're placed at that last maul. See how close you really were. I don't know if you really need to be there that close. Because it cuts out options for the ball carrying team when they come off, you'll be in the way. Once you see where the ball is, just move on out. As long as you obviously realise you can see where the ball is, you don't have to be totally exact and be able to see it all the
Players
time.
there. I don't know what numbers are. Back 10. You're okay now. 4 men.
Nice walk. Good stuff. Good spotting.
Nice one. I think you got that because you're just trying to get back into the position where you thought you should be on the red side of the line of touch. Reach out for you. With a right smile. See, you're trying to grab the each shot. I suppose you would know where to put it anyway.
Tackle.
Too much, Dave. Yeah, you've really got too much. You should have just shown the card and hide Simbin. So the mark is actually 5 metres back from where you are too. Full pass, right enough. So we couldn't let that go.
Going to trim some comments after that little area from members of the public.
Okay.
Didn't see any advantage being indicated there. Might have got some reaction out of the red team, Kelston. Try scored.
Just going to pause it while we try and clean the lens.
Right, yeah. Lots in front there. One tickler. Ball behind your back. Not that it's happening in this game at this stage, but the standing with your back to players can be a little bit dangerous if the teams get a little bit scrappy. Good idea to run over there and sort of as you go to the mark, even if you run back the last 5 or 10 metres, just keep an eye on players that are coming to the position where you're making a mark. There's no off the ball stuff happening. See where you are now, what view have you got of the back lines behind you? I know you're concentrating on the scrum and things like that. Good overall picture. Going on the opposite side would be best place. Sorry about the thing flipping on the top there, there's obviously an umbrella. He plays off the feet there realistically.
First player had released, then he came in. Actually, he was still moving.
Actually, when you sort of spoke to me at the beginning of the game, that you thought you actually were doing a lot of direction and traffic and such. Not picking that, isn't it? Really? There was a bit of talking there.
Back foot, back foot!
Didn't have the speakers plugged in and the earphones on. Couldn't hear it all. Yeah, but that's what I'm sort of thinking. You could actually talk advantage play come from the side.
Can't see much in the way of advantage being played, Dave.
Yeah, there you go.
This would be any comment that's around your tackle or breakdown.
I'm trying to manage that, get their cooperation rather than penalties.
Player coming back on. Can I come back on? Wait till he gets offside. Wait. That's it, wait.
Funny boys, they think they can throw it in even though he was told them to wait. Gaps were a bit narrow there. Especially with the rugby. The gap would make it a little bit easier for players and yourself to manage.
Sorry.
Yeah, a bit of walking going on, but hey, look, it's a second game, and also the players aren't really with you anyway, so
There's not too many
fine.
people around, so I might make comments more as I'm moving along. Save a bit of time at studio editing. Your gap in the line out there was just a fraction too narrow. A good meter is what you're looking for.
A good management around the tackle area at the moment. Maybe you hear what I say.
Don't know why you keep on yelling time over for, Dave. Just let him play it.
I'm not going to be rude, but you. Yeah, I was going to talk to you about the whistle. I had to edit it there because I had to cut the next section in the wrong place. I merged the two video parts, the second half. There's a way to start a whistle, but it only comes from my experience because I used to be a brass band player, trombone player. And you can actually start it with your tongue, and that gets more emphasis. I know that sounds strange to actually stick your tongue on it to actually start it, but it's a technique. Rather than actually wind the whistle up by pushing more and more air through it to get the sound to project. I really need to actually show it to you, to be honest. And also how you hold it. It can shape the actual external part where the sound comes out. See the whistle in behind? It's more of a mature whistle. Anyway, moving on. I need to be able to show you that. We talked about the pirouette at half time, but obviously you weren't prepared to give it a go. This is probably the level I would actually give it a go at, because you've got plenty of time in these sort of games at this level. But I suppose first up is trying to do it at home or when you're out for a run on a park, try and do that pirouette so it becomes second nature. I would have been actually talking there, rolling away. If you had enough talking, you should just we should warn the captains and get into them, card them. Lots of them, lots of these guys running around your back after penalties and not following them. My main focus is trying to follow that ball with my head all the time. If you actually look back on what you were doing there, you're actually running on the wrong side of the breakdown on the touchline side there. Round the back and just see whether there was actually a good place to be where the ball was. Better see the ball. This is the thing I was talking about there. Yes.
Don't need the commentary.
Yeah, but were you right there? This is the piece I was talking about.
Just review that about the tackling, not releasing.
That's what I'm thinking. The red player was actually the ball carrier.
He didn't have an opportunity to play the ball.
There you go.
Player.
Just as I said in real time, live.
2 blue, 4 senders. Remember what we're saying? Half metre, this is what we're saying. 2 blue, 4 senders. 2 blue, 4 senders. 2 blue, 4 senders. Shake. That's how we try.
Far too close. Yeah, you had to cycle round a lot more of that. Get back behind the jockey position, probably be safest.
That player was offside. The first one, I didn't get to make a tackle, but he was definitely in front of the kick.
Hey, you did a pirouette there. You didn't realise it. These players being subbed here. The coach is just subbing them when he feels like it.
Doing his assessment. Is he having assessment?
No, it's all part of the coaching program.
Oh, I see.
I get to view this in the studio. Put comments over if I haven't made already comments on now.
Okay.
And it helps the coach him to higher and better levels.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Because more often than not you can write reports, which they always get. The problem is that you can tell them these things but they can't see it.
True.
So especially
Of what's happening.
and once they can see what we're talking about, they say, okay, I believe it, now I can change it.
interesting. You get every weekend I get somebody come up and ask what we're doing. That's a good position out there, I think. Don't get too flat up in their face though.
Keep your bum to goal, yeah.
Yes. See, we actually got a wee bit too close, then you had to start looking down, crouching down. That to me sounds like you're too close. You're getting too focused. You know where the ball is. See the pitches. Are they right? You should be able to see that from a more distance than that. If they're not right, you know how to deal with it. Keep your head up always.
So I'm happy with you actually being on this side. You see the view that you now have of the back lines without too much issue, you just raise the eye levels. So always think about your positioning at scrum if you're going to keep on have it different positions, alternate positions, it's fine. I don't change mine too much from the feed side, but occasionally I go on the other side, but only when there's a problem or if I have a view issue of back lines who I think are encroaching their offside lines.
So you've gone past the optimal place there. You're starting to look a wee bit tired, to be honest. Not surprising. What are we into? Second half of your second game, so.
Have a look at, listen to your whistle. But from that, I couldn't really tell you what you'd actually, you were going to signal. Your whistle's a giveaway generally as to whether it's a penalty or just a knock on, sort of like scrum reset. So you should have a difference in your tone and your length and intensity.
Yeah, good, I like that. Hear you talking about stable.
Go, Danny! Go,
Nice
Danny!
backline move.
Go, bro! Yes! Go, Danny! Go, Danny!
I agree with you on that
one. Good position here. Widen out. That's where we go. Yeah. And then I've been pirouetting there. Being highly critical there. What did you think realistically that was adding to the game by giving a penalty? Blue team had the ball, they kicked it, they had a free use of it. The offside, yep, go advantage, but let's go with advantage. Good position here. Missed the red guy that came off offside. No, good.
I think the ball was out. You listen to somebody review that one. I don't know.
No, I agree. It was offside. Yeah. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
See, he looked like he had a good shooter there.
Disagree with myself. Spot on, Dave. Well, giving you plenty to work on at this stage. Hopefully you don't find it too critical. Hopefully it builds your game. It'd been interesting to see you in your first game when you were flying fit. Might just leave you in peace unless there's something really terrible that goes on the next 5 or 10.
Relax, Sacred.
Go for it, Levy! Get turn around!
Yeah, I will say something here. Again, last time the penalties are sort of creeping in here. I just wonder whether they're actually adding to your game or not. Where are you going?
I wonder why you are way out on the touchline most there, Dave. It's a long way out. As long as they've gone the other side.
It's been kicked down my side. It's been interesting how you're getting over here.
Come on, Sacred! Come on, Sacred!
Got a lot of players in front. Even
Lots of
players.
players in front there.
Especially that bushy guy's going to make the tackle. No, he didn't.
Lots of players in front
Yeah, the
there.
second half, the second game, the concentration. Face of these teams and coaches don't give a damn if it's your second game or your third game and first game. They're expecting you to be accurate on every instance, every moment of the game. Now you'd have to be thinking about concentration, focusing on the game.
Go, Charlie!
Wait, it's actually like jumping.
Taking photos? How was your game?
It was alright.
Yeah, see there, I wouldn't be going toot 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 toot. It sounds too weak. It's got to be a long, straight out, a hard whistle. Which you mean business. Yes, it's getting into a bit of an argument phase here. Where's the captain?
Secret hat?
I would have been just captain again. Get him out. Get the player out. Talk to the captain. Unless he was the captain, I suppose. But you should have pulled him out in front, away from his team. See, here's where you can actually get caught out. See how you went watching the players? And it's obviously getting testy now. This is where you should be running back to the mark, keeping your eye on players. It's going to be way a bit messy. Give them apart, get them to slow down, calm down. Yeah, good, doing that now. Okay, so this guy that you spoke to before obviously wasn't the captain, so it's that short stuff is number 9, isn't he? Yeah, give them time to talk to their players and calm them down. Yep. Obviously with the coach inside the Kelston mob there was probably good influence. But unfortunately Sacred Heart doesn't have the ability with them down the other end. Certainly dragging on a wee bit here though. Don't know if it needs this sort of length of delay to sort of establish what your point was. It was obviously to calm them down.
As long as they don't lose control of themselves?
Yes. It's just when they send off themselves.
Yeah, it is, eh? It's just heat at the moment, eh? Sorry? Heat at the moment.
I think the penalty was back on the 5, wasn't it? Yeah, that's the one. So the Sacred Heart coach to bring up a water bottle. Give him an opportunity to give you a bit of an airful of space. Seemed to be pretty positive sort of coach. I wasn't sure what he was saying there too though. Certainly on your side, it seemed like when you had that problem before, because he was yelling out to his player to get out.
Quickly, turn around.
Get the ball!
Oi.
Right, let's see the ball, it's time!
Go, go!
Good scrum now, guys! Mateo, go to hooker. Mateo, go hooker, just scrum. Okay, guys, we're going on to contested. We're going on to contested. We've got a proper replacement.
You put a great big mark on the field there, Dave. Sort of line of the heads. Sort of drawing the line in between the two halves, I guess. But what we try and do nowadays is actually mark a mark up and down the field on the mark, and have the hookers actually step to their left of the mark, so you get your heads in the right channels. I know it used to be the way to sort of gauge a metre and a half, obviously, when the locked feet sort of go through your mark, but it's more subjective than anything else that I worry about. It's going to be a very slow, convoluted game, it seems like. Well, it's an issue there, Dave. You see, the ball was actually at the back of the blue scrum. Why don't you just let it come out and see if the game flows on? Sure, it's a penalty advantage, but I'd let I certainly would have given it a bit of a run.
Your Johnny, captain! Come on, guys, it's all about talking. You've got to yell louder. Okay, watch them. Back on. Jason! I mean, Alex! You've got to come boys!
Interesting subs going on here. One guy is only coming on to fill the scrums and going off again. The white guy went off to our right. He actually comes back on.
Doing substitutions for when you go to Simbin. They don't come on and off just for scrums.
You see that sort of, to be honest, it's a bit wussy. Just a one blow on the whistle, short, sharp, stop. That's what you're indicating there. Double tap it if it's if you're taking the time off. Perhaps that's when you use the double whistle. But then it's still a toot toot. Shush shush. Sorry for being a bit wiffly waffly about it. Yeah, I agree with that one. Might have been a timing issue.
Advantage from coming back, yep. Good to let it go a wee bit. Knock on the line out. Review your law on that one. Any infringement on the line out, normally go out to the 15, not on the mark. Then you indicate an advantage to red there. Allow the Sacred Heart to keep going with the ball. If you're going to pull your sin bin back on, you should actually stop the time and bring him on. That's when you cancel him without, there's no further yellow cards for the same player. Don't let the game run on and bring the player on. Actually limit this 2 peeps on the whistle, actually only just to the time when you're actually looking for a physio or something different. Just a stoppage in place, just a quick pip on the one single pip.
Yeah. Don't introduce other things in your process of your verbals. So you get up higher the grades, the players are actually only listening for 3 different things. If they actually hear you talk and say something, it doesn't matter what it is, they're expecting the next call. So you've got the crouch, bind, set. If you say anything in between like wait, you'll get them actually engaging or doing what would normally be because they're wound up and they're actually ready to fire. Okay, this grade maybe not, but it's actually this grade that you learn your basics. that is really important to stay with process, that you go, okay, we talked about this at halftime, crouch, stable and station your own mind, don't say it. Bind, stable and stationary, and set, stable and stationary, but don't say anything. If you're going to interrupt the process, one pip on the whistle is better than actually saying anything. Okay, look, it's getting on to time that I can see. I've got about 3 minutes left to go. I'm going to put what I'm going to put in the report for you to concentrate on is I need you to really look at working on a pirouette. Okay, you need to be able to do that thing to get yourself in a good positional play, be able to follow the ball with your head. So, to give you a brief description, essentially it gives you a 45-degree angle off the breakdown, front foot, closest foot to the breakdown, is left foot up, say if you're to the right of it. Just watching the play a little bit here. You've got advantage on. Okay, good position. Okay, what I was saying, go back to that, you're the breakdown, you're on the right hand side of it, say, at 45 degrees, you put your left foot closest to the, that's closest obviously, you put that up. So you have a half a step between your feet. What it does is open your body up to the back lines to your right, look over your shoulder, down your shoulder into the tackle area. Okay. As the ball comes out, quick look to scan the back line, make sure they're on side, manage it. If they're okay, I would step forward with the right foot and step back into the defensive line as they're coming up to defend. And you'll be watching the ball as it comes out. Don't let the ball follow you behind. I'll go behind you. You're actually following the ball with your head, so you're actually turning with the ball. I'm going to see if I can get a clip some time and actually perhaps send it to you as an example. Thanks, Dave. Going on to from that, the whistle, as you've heard, I've mentioned a couple of times about your whistle. It needs to be sharper, more distinct. One good pip for a stoppage for a knock-on. A long blast for penalty offences or foul play. Okay, getting onto your advantage, I need to see you use more of it. So that we have more of a flow in the game. Obviously, you're getting tired in this game. In natural fact, that was affecting your decisions, I believe. I could be wrong. Anyway, offside kicks. You're okay in the first half, probably. In natural fact, as you got tired, you forgot about it. They were coming up offside the kickers team. Just review your law and regarding line-out infringements. Where is the mark? What he was going on about, but at the end of the day, ruling's been made. Yeah, he's probably wants to have you on about it, but the way it is, you've made decisions. Good, Dave. Thanks so much. Quite confident, obviously, with what you're doing. Just tidy up and concentrate on really some specifics. I'll hopefully put this in a report in due course. Thank you.